What is up, everybody? This is Brian, aka B-Rock, coming at you from the Journey Sessions with another episode of DJ Talk. So, I want to start off this by saying thank you to everybody who has supported the channel so far, viewed our videos, and listened to our mixes, and heard our show on One Mix Radio. So again, thank you. If you are new, what I would like for you to do is go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below, hit the bell for notifications, and also read the description so you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and also so you can view our show and know when to view it on One Mix Radio. It's our show that airs on One Mix Trans Radio every first, third, and fourth Sunday of the month at 1600 GMT time. That's UK time, but that's where the channel's based out of. But it comes on at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time over here in Idaho. So let's get going here. So for starters, I would highly suggest when you're starting out DJing to actually go and learn how to beat match without this button called the sync button. Don't do it. Just take some time, learn how to actually DJ, because what could happen if you get used to the sync button, sometimes when you analyze your tracks, the grid is off, and when you hit the sync button, it matches it to the grid. So if the grid is off, you're going to train wreck the hell out of it because you're not going to know what to do with the jog wheel. So just take some time, learn how to beat match. Again, it's going to take some time. I spent hours and hours learning on doing it, and I still, just to this day, always find myself getting better at DJing in general and beat matching because of putting effort and time into it. I'm not going to go into too complex of a way. I'm just going to do a very basic way of beat matching. We're not going to use the pitch adjust. That'll be a more intermediate. This is just to help you get the feel of DJing and learning how to get the tracks moving together. So let's start by telling you what beat matching is. Beat matching is basically getting the two tracks, or if you're trying to mix on 3 decks from the start, like hats off to you, buddy. But I suggest to start off on 2 decks. But you're gonna get your basically you're getting your 2 tracks. Basically the kicks lining up, so you're not hearing any kicks clashing, getting the tracks going at the same speed, and just moving along together in sequence. So what we're going to do today is we're going to have the same track on 2 decks. You could also grab 2 tracks. Just make sure they're the same BPM. But for this, we're just going to go with 2 of the same track. Today, the track we're using is a track called Nidavellir by Moonmelo. This track is fucking phenomenal. I put it in my end of year countdown 2019 as my top track of 2019. It's on this label called Pegasus. I would highly suggest to go check them out. They keep on putting out fire after fire track. All the tracks are absolute fucking bangers. So go give them a follow on social media. Check out all their tracks. I'm on the promo list, so you can generally hear their new stuff on my shows on One Mix. So let's get going in this tutorial. I'm going to go and get a track going. I'm just going to have both these tracks in. I'm not going to worry about phase mixing them. That's ideally how you would want to, but we're just going to keep it really basic. I'm just going to bring this track in kind of towards the end, and then we're going to bring this other track in, and I'm going to make it so you can hear them, how they're going to be off, and I'm going to kind of analyze things for you. So let's get going. So don't give me too much shade. I've got a mix all in headphones. I normally would highly recommend DJing with monitors. But just for this video and how my studio's set up, I got to mix in my headphones. So let's get going. So I'm going to bring in the track on this deck. So there it is. See, the tracks are offbeat, as you can tell. Doesn't sound good. So we're going to start off by adjusting the track wheel. When you're starting out, you're not going to know what to do. So just start just pick a direction on the track wheel and go with it. So we're going to go forward. And you can hear moving it forward is making the tracks go further apart. So when you're doing that, if you hear that, just move the jog wheel backwards. And you can hear it getting closer. See, there you got it. Now we adjusted the jog wheel, so that the tracks are on. So you're gonna want to do this in small increments to kind of see where they're going, so that you don't have to just throw it out there and pray. So you're just gonna go forward a little bit. If you hear that the track is too far off, you're going to bring it back, bring the jog wheel back. So the basic concept of the jog wheel is moving the track forward and back. If you move the jog wheel forward, the track is going to move forward. If you move it backwards, the track is going to move backwards. So basically, if the track you bring in, if you hear is behind, you're going to want to bring the jog wheel forward. If you hear the track is ahead, you're going to want to bring that backwards. So let's go again so you can kind of like, I'll explain it to you again so you can see another example of it. See, you can hear they're off. So I'm going to go from your perspective. So again, just pick a direction to go and go with it. So we're going to go forward and see if they sound closer or further away. It sounds like they're getting closer, so we're going to move it forward again. So it looks like going forward, looks like when we cued them behind. So now the tracks sound pretty well on just by moving the jog wheel forward. So if it was the opposite way, you would just be bringing the track backward if you put this track in ahead of this track. And if you go too far ahead, you'll hear that you go out of beat. So don't go too far of adjustments, go light. So now you just use your headphones in your ear, and now you can hear that they're back together. And you move it. See? Now they're off again. So the jog wheel is going to be your best friend when it comes to beat matching. So you're going to want to do this a bunch so you can get your ear second nature to know if you want to move it forwards or backwards. You're also not going to want to throw the other track in with the fader on. You're going to want to do the adjustments with the track out and just in headphones. But that's going to be on you and how much time you want to put into it. It's going to show how quickly you can pick up the art of beat matching. So that's all on you of how much effort you want to put into it. If you have any critique on how I'm doing my videos, please leave it in a comment below. And also, if you have anything you want me to talk about, go ahead and leave that in the comment below too. I'm also going to be doing the next video on mixing and key and my thoughts on that, and go over some concepts of mixing and key. So until next time, what I want you to do is, again, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Watch the previous videos. Lots of good information on there. I talk about just doing it and how I got on the radio. And now let's go. And the last episode was about who to support or who not to support. So till next time, this is Brian, aka B-Rock from the Journey Sessions, coming at you with DJ Talk. Later.